All right, everybody, welcome back to the Get Back. My name's Daniel, and this is going to be the WWE preview for Clash in Paris, the PLE coming up on Sunday, August 31st. It is currently August 29th, the Friday, uh, and we're going to get right into it. This is going to be the match prediction, breakdown, and what I expect to see from this PLE. It's been a while since we've done this, but I think it's a good and earned break. So let's get right into it. Start by what I think the match order is going to be. We're going to start with Sheamus versus Rusev in the old-fashioned Donnybrook match. That's always fun. Uh, so this is interesting. Rusev is his first PLE back since he returned. Uh, He's had a good feud with Sheamus. Um, this is the third Donnybrook match they've done. Basically an Extreme Rules match, but for Irish people, and they'll probably have shillelaghs and stuff like that. Um, I don't mind this feud. I think it's a good first feud for Rusev to get reintroduced back in WWE. I think him and Sheamus have good chemistry together. Still trying to figure out his whole character. I think this has been a good feud for both guys. I think it's been good for Sheamus and good for Rusev to kind of get back in the groove. But I do think both of them need to graduate from this feud. I think Rusev winning will kind of put an end to that, and I think Rusev looking strong. I think he has to win. I think it makes sense for him to win, just because it's been so long since he's been back in WWE for a long time, and reintroducing him back on this stage, getting him the win, showing that he's still a force, and moving on to for both of them going to the IC title picture would be a good thing. I think Rusev, getting back into the title picture and feuding, either with AJ or Dom or whatever the champion at the time, getting to that mid card mix. This is a good match to kind of graduate out of that and into that. And Sheamus will be fine. It's Sheamus. He'll find someone else to work with. He doesn't need to be put over. So Sheamus, great worker, great guy. Maybe due for a break. We'll see what happens after this match, but I think Rusev winning makes sense. I think these two will have a great match. I don't doubt that. Just a physical, and Sheamus on a PLE is always great. He's on such a good run. The past like 2-3 years, Sheamus has been really good. And Rusev, it's a good test for him to get reintroduced back to WWE, and fans really haven't been seeing him too much. This is a good opportunity for them to kind of get Rusev back. So Rusev comes back, gets a win, and I like it. And move on. Then we're gonna do Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Kind of a weird match. But I see what they're going for, and I see the purpose of it. Um, Interesting stat. This is Roman's first singles match since January 6th. Um, I think this is really interesting for both guys. I think Bronson Reed has an opportunity to really establish himself as a really big star again. Because ever since the injury and ever since he joined the Vision, I think he's kind of lost that bit of spark that he had with Seth, and I think I want him to destroy somebody again, a megastar, like he did with Seth at the time. And I think that's entirely possible here, but I don't think they do it right now with Roman. I think I see Roman winning this match, and I think not that because I don't think Roman needs it, and I don't think interference will play a factor just because of how the match is set up and how the card's set up. I think you have an opportunity here to really put over Bronson Reed, get him a really big win against Roman, and establish yourself as a really big star and a big part of the group and the Vision. I think you build the Vision out and make it this big, massive faction for them to overcome, for Roman to overcome, by having Bronson winning. And I think if he does win, I think it pushes Bronson even further. It gives him name recognition in the group. I think it brings out some of his best work as well. Um, will WWE do that? No. Uh, no, I don't think they will. I think this is Roman's victory. I think he will win. I think they won't pull that trigger on Bronson yet, but I think arguably it would be a big moment for Bronson Reed to win and to really build up the vision as a group, not just like they don't need each other. They can very much handle business on their own. I think that this is a big opportunity to do that. Like kind of what the Nexus did with John Cena, where they should have won that match, but they didn't at SummerSlam. They didn't, right? I think you have them beat an established star to really set the foundation and set the layer into like this group is going to be really good with or without them having their back. So will they do that? I don't think so. I think Roman's too big of a star for them to really give a loss on a Clash in Paris card for them to really have it be memorable. But I think this would be an opportunity to do it. But we'll see. Next we have Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the women's IC title. Um, this has been, kind of a fun rivalry. Nikki Bella's been really good on the mic. Obviously, she hasn't been in the ring too much, but even when she's been in the ring, she's been really good. Um, yeah, and I think Becky has been really good. This has been some of her best work so far in WWE. I feel like her IC title run has really established the belt and made it really good. Um, and yeah, I think Becky does win. I think it's too soon. Not that she's too, but I feel like Nikki Bella's not the guy, not the girl to take a title off of her yet. I think it's either gonna go to Lyra or Bailey, especially Bailey. I think Bailey's the one to do it. But I think getting like a check mark of Nikki Bella, she beat Nikki Bella, and Nikki Bella putting Becky over makes a lot of sense. Um, yeah, I think we'll see how good Nikki could be. This is a really good test for her. See how back she really is. I think she'll do really well. I think she'll do a really good job. But I think just Becky, I think it would make more sense for her to win, and for her have Bailey take the title off of her opposed to Nikki right now. And I think Nikki will be fine. She'll recover. She'll find somebody else where I think she could be a really good talent in the future, working in this division. And Becky will continue to do what she does. She'll continue to hold the title really well. These two will have a good match. I don't know how great it will be, but I definitely can see a really fun match from these two. But I do think Becky Lynch winning makes the most sense. I think it's a good kind of pin on this feud. I think it's something that could be built on later on, but I think for now this has been a good feud to kind of build on and to work with. So we'll see what happens in the future, but I think Becky wins and we move on. Next we're probably gonna have will we have at this main event? I'm gonna say it now. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Um, I think after the loss to SummerSlam, Cena needs a win. Just because he hasn't had many. I think him getting the win, beating Logan Paul. you know, I don't think John Cena is going to lose to everybody on this final run. I don't. I don't think he's going to put everybody over. Is it possible? Sure. Could Logan Paul win? Sure. Should Logan Paul win? Probably. But I think John Cena winning is a good kind of a way to rebuild this himself, rebuild his babyface image. Uh, I think Logan Paul is a really good talent. I think him getting the victory at SummerSlam was the right call. With Drew, I would like to see that momentum going, but I think John is just like I don't. Could John take the loss here? Sure. Would help Logan Paul absolutely, but again, this is the Roman Reigns Braun Reigns situation. Will WWE pull that trigger? I don't think so. I think John wins clean, and then I think Brock Lesnar comes out and we get that set up for the next PLE. John versus Brock, not be John's next battle. But yeah, I think Cena wins, Brock comes out, they feud, start their feud, and we go from there. Um, so yeah, I think him and Paul have a great match. If John Cena brings out the greatest hits, I think there's a good trash talking between the two of them. Um, and I think at the end of the day, I think John Cena winning makes the most sense. This is a good win to give him, get everybody happy, and bring out Brock Lesnar. You set up their feud and you move on. And then we have what I think is going to be a main event, but we'll see. Uh, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus LA Knight versus Jey Uso, Fatal 4-Way for their World Heavyweight Championship. Um, look, I think this is a fantastic match. They're gonna have uh fantastic matches for these guys. I don't see Rollins losing. I don't. I see. I like how Raw ended where Jay kind of laid out both LA Knight and CM Punk. I don't think it was a heel turn. I think it's like I'm winning this belt back because I want to. I'm not your friends. This is every man for himself. I like that ending. It's a really good ending. But I could see a situation where Punk and LA Knight feud. They bicker. One of them hits a GTS on Jay. So that's kind of sneaks into the ring or screws Punk out of the match again, which I could see happening again. Maybe LA hits a BFT, Punk hits a GTS, Jay hits a splash, Rollins curb stomps Punk or curb stomps Jay, throws Punk out of the ring, and Rollins sneaks in for the victory. I also don't see Rollins losing the belt right now. He just won it. So I think him keeping the belt makes sense. I think he'll keep it for a while. Anyway, but good to see, LA Knight back on our main event card. I think it's very important for him. Good to see CM Punk, Jey Uso. This will be a fun match. Again, I think all four of them are great workers, but I just don't see Seth losing the belt right now at this moment. If he were to lose it, like here's the thing: like, if he were to lose, like who makes sense? Is it LA Knight? Probably not. He just came out of nowhere right now. Is it Jay? Sure. I guess again you give it back to Jay and he kind of plays hot potato again with Rollins, but like Rollins just got it. Yeah, I don't see how that makes sense. CM Punk probably is your best betting odds, but like there's like the build up would be anticlimactic. I feel like it should be a one-on-one match between Seth and Punk for the belt. Um, after Seth just screwed Punk, so I don't know. I feel like Seth winning makes sense, and there's no suitable replacement right now that I feel like is going to take the belt off of Seth. But anyway, it's a short match prediction. There isn't a lot to talk about. There's no 2-day event. So quick 5 match card. Sunday, August 31st should be pretty fun. I think it's gonna be a fun watch. I don't think it's gonna be too crazy though. I think it's gonna be pretty straightforward. It's not an amazing card by any stretch of the imagination, but I think for what it is, it's fun. It's gonna be France is gonna be a fantastic crowd. Um, and yeah, I'm very excited for this for this PLE and for the matches involved. And then of course we'll be here for the post reaction video and the breakdowns of all that and where I see things going from here. But thank you guys for listening to this preview and everything going forward. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out our other videos, comment, share social media, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.